welcome to another video by Nell Media that will hopefully help you to improve your web design skills. Today, we're going to take a comparison between RankMath SEO Pro that has been released yesterday as I'm doing this video, and SEO Pro, because SEOPress Pro, sorry. Because of course, each time there's a new product, we do comparison. We want to know whether we must change what we actually already have, maybe in some cases, or we want to compare the features and the prices. So RankMath SEO Pro has been released yesterday. For now, it is in launch mode, so the prices are going to change, of course. But right now, they are, let me show that to you. During launch mode, which probably, I think it's going to be 1 week, but it might extend until Black Friday. I'm not sure. Right now, it is $59 for the personal license, which is only for your personal sites, unlimited personal sites. And you have up to 1,000 keyword instead of the regular 500 after the deal is over. Normal price, $129, and of course, this is per year. You are locked to the $59, by the way, if you buy it during the launch period. If you're a business, freelancer, agency, and so on, then it's $199 instead of $429, again per year, and you have 20,000 keywords instead of 10,000 keywords during the launch period. Also, it is not for unlimited sites, it's for 200 sites instead of 100. It's going to be 100 sites after the launch period. Let's compare with SEOPress, by the way. If you've never heard of SEOPress, this is another SEO tool that is really popular. And one of the reasons it's so popular, of course, just like RankMath, it does have a free version, but the pro version is so affordable, and that's the big difference between the two. SEOPress Pro, you have unlimited sites, not 100 or 200, and it's only $39 per year. And some of you, like me, might even be lucky and had access to the lifetime version. They released the lifetime version a couple of years ago, and Black Friday it was only $60 for unlimited lifetime. But even if you don't have access to that, $39 instead of $200, let's say, if you buy it during the launch period, then there's a big difference here. So, does SEOPress Pro measure up to RankMath Pro in terms of feature? This is what we're trying to answer in this video. And of course, it's probably on a person-by-person basis, but for you, that's the real question. Is it worthy for you to pay that amount of that price for for RankMath Pro, sorry. Before diving in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell icon to be notified when there's a new video. And of course, if you like that video, don't forget to put a little thumbs up. It will help us improve the quality in the future. All right, let's dive in. On the left side, you have SEOPress Pro, and on the right side, you have RankMath SEO Pro. And as soon as you install RankMath SEO Pro, well, first of all, for SEOPress Pro, you need to install both the free and pro version on top of it. While with RankMath SEO Pro, even though they offer both free and paid version in the dashboard, once you buy it, it seems that only the pro version will be enough. You don't have to install the free version as well. As soon as you install it, the wizard will start, and you will be able to follow the wizard to be able to configure it if you want to. You can skip it, of course. In SEOPress Pro, you need to manually start it, but in both cases, there's a wizard. RankMath SEO Pro, I've already done it because I did a previous video comparing the free versus the pro version. So if you didn't watch it, you can take a look at my other video, RankMath SEO free versus pro, should you upgrade. And that's why I already did it. I'm going to do it again just in front of you, just to show you the difference between the two products. So let's go with the setup wizard here. And in the SEOPress, you just click on Get Started here to access the wizard, or you have Start the Wizard just below here as well. All right, so first option here, do I import SEO setting? You can import from Yoast, All-in-One, SEO Framework, RankMath, and so on. As you can see, there's a bunch of items. Unfortunately, in RankMath, you can only import from Yoast. So they consider just the most popular one. They don't consider the others. So that's a little bit a bummer. But anyway, that's their choice. Maybe they had more later on, but I doubt it because even in the free version, that's only what you have. So I'm going to say not right now because I'm not importing from anything. Oops, I think I did a mistake here. My mistake. Looks like I exited the, I can start the wizard from there, like I said, by the way. Not right now is not just for that step, sorry. That's just for general configuration. All right. Okay, so my site, I'm going to do that at the same time. Here in RankMath Pro, we have the easy, the advanced, and we have Pro adds the custom mode, which is not in the free version, but you need to import a file to do that. So if you don't already have another one pre-configured that you have exported the settings, then custom mode is useless. So let's go with the advanced so that we have all the steps and start the wizard. All right, so we need to decide whether it's a web shot, what type of businesses this is, and of course there's so many options here, so you might not want to read all of them, but start typing instead. In my case, it's an organic shop because of course I use the Astra Pro template. Nothing was really close to that, so I just simply decided local business. Then you have, of course, the company name, the logo, and I used the logo that was coming with it, and the social share image as well. So these are the options for your site. If we take a look here in your site in SEOPress Pro, you have, and even free by the way, you have more options here. You have the other options that you see somewhere else in RankMath SEO. So the separator, I won't change those. It will take that by default. What is the site title, the person or organization? So this is where it's going to be similar to that. So this is for the schema. And in RankMath, we do that somewhere else, but let's do that right away here for SEOPress. So whether your organization or person, my company name or organization name. So let's say we use RankMath Pro here, but let's say organic seems to be the name of the company. The logo, and as you can see here, there's no way to unfortunately go and grab it. So let's try to go into my dashboard here. I would have liked to have a little browse button here, but let's go into the media. Well, the media, here we go. Not used to have that panel collapsed. All right, so let's take this one. I'm gonna copy the URL here and paste it there. All right, my Facebook URL, I'm gonna skip it for now, but well, let's say I'm gonna add it, facebook.com, so you can join my channel. Here we go. All right, Twitter, same thing. So now media web, Pinterest, Instagram. I'm gonna skip those, but this will fill all your social media as well at the same time. All right, so let's leave it like that for now, and let's go with the next step. Okay, separator seems to be required. So I thought it was using this one by default. Next step, indexing. So I'm going to save and continue in this case here as well. Not necessarily, of course, synchronize the same step together. So analytics here, if I want to connect to my Google Analytics, I can do it right away from here, which is not my case because this is just a test site. But of course, you will have a lot more tool if you do so. You will have all the statistics directly in the dashboard. You do have that with SEOPress Pro. and even SEOPress free, but there are more features, I think, in RankMath, to be quite honest. But again, really optional. So I'm going to skip this step in my case. Sorry. The sitemap. So it's a little bit similar to what we will have in SEOPress Pro. So whether we generate the sitemap, will be an XML sitemap, of course. Do we include the images or not? And everything, of course, I selected everything in this particular case. Maybe the steps is too much, but anyway, let's go with that one for now. I include all my taxonomies, and what you have in the Pro version is the news and video sitemap as well. So only in Pro, so you can add those sitemaps as well, which I won't do in this particular case. And I'm going to save and continue. The optimization section, so SEO tweaks, so no index NT category and tag archives. So whether we set them, the empty ones, to no index, which is a good thing, no follow, and open external links in new tab. So that's checked, or that's enabled by default. So in other words, if you click on an external site, external URL, it will open that in a new tab instead of the same tab. That's usually what I do. Save and continue. And that's all for the wizard. So let's go into setup advanced option. If you want to set up advanced option with the wizard as well. So do you want to change the role manager? So decide whether, for example, an administrator, or not an administrator, but editor, author, whether they can change those elements as well. So for example, what can an administrator do? What can an editor do? What can an author do? And so on. So that's pretty interesting as well if you want to manage what each person has access to. And it can be really interesting to have freedom, to have control sometimes, but honestly, you might, if you do have it, that's perfect. But if you don't, is it worthy to go from your current tool to RankMath just because of that? And that's the big question. Is that something that is really necessary for you to have, for example, the editor not have access to everything? And don't forget that by default, they don't have access to any settings anyway. So do you want to remove from them certain elements? And that's the question. And of course, maybe yes for you. Let's go save and continue. We have the 404 monitors that we do have in SEOPress Pro as well. And I think it's even better in a certain way, but it's not in the wizard itself. So let's go with that. Whether we want to monitor the 404, so that means that when someone reaches a page that doesn't exist, it will not notify it, but it will add it to a table and you can manage it from there. Same thing for redirections. If you want to be able to add a redirection from one page to another, for example, if you change the name, whether you want to be able to redirect to the new page. So I'm going to enable both of them. And finally, the schema here. So you can have a schema type. You can decide which type of schema it is. You have a few predefined one. So it could be product, but that's not just one product in this particular case. That's the store. So anyway, you can change things like that here. And depending, of course, on the one that you specified here. And you can change it, by the way, in Pro with RankMath Pro on a article by article or page by page basis. But you have the overall one here. So article type for blog post, article type for pages as well, and so on for product. So you can determine everything here. Let's click save and continue. And now we're taken back to the dashboard. So let's do something similar with SEOPress Pro now. I'm going to continue the wizard here. So indexing, do you want to index the post and the pages? So they are by default, by the way. It's if you check them, it's do not display. Okay, you had the no index. So if you don't want to index posts or pages, you do check them. Same thing for products, since we have a WooCommerce store. Elementor, header, and footer, we don't want, of course, to index that. And steps, cart flow steps, never used cart flow so far, So let's say I don't want to index those. I didn't uncheck them, I know, in RankMath, but anyway. For which post type archive should indexing be disabled? So this one here is for single post type. This one is for archives. So when you have a list of all of them. So again, I don't want to disable products or maybe Elementor and steps. And then we'll have the taxonomy or category if you prefer. And it will detect, by the way, the custom ones, custom post type and custom taxonomies. So I'm going to disable, I don't think I use any of those. So, well, anyway, maybe I'm going to keep them for products, but that's all. Okay, let's continue. Advanced option, do not display author archive in search engine results. So no, I don't want to display the author. If you want, you can uncheck that. Redirect attachment page to their file. So by default, automatically, if you click on an image, it's going to redirect to that image. If you want to have this functionality, you just check this box. By default, it redirects to the parent post. Okay. Remove the slash category in your permalink. So it's going to say, for example, the category slash and then the name of the page or post. If you want to remove that slash category from the URL, you just check that. I'm going to continue. And now we are ready. We can go right there, configure our XML sitemap or go directly to the dashboard. Let's go with that step here, the XML sitemap. So we have the XML, image, video, and HTML sitemap. So we do have the video and Google News and so on in SEOPress Pro. By the way, Google News is not there because it has everything is in Pro. So the way that SEOPress works, all the settings you will have, as the free settings, you will have them in the general options. But what you have only in Pro will be in the Pro section. So the Google News is only available in Pro, so that's why it's not visible here. So you can either toggle that on or off. You can see your actual sitemap here. You can enable the XML sitemap. Of course, you want to enable that. You can enable the image sitemap, the video sitemap, the author sitemap, and the HTML sitemap. And this is something that you don't have in RankMath Pro or even RankMath, unfortunately. I usually want to generate a visual HTML sitemap. So just to make things clear, XML sitemap is what you submit to a search engine like Google. Okay. HTML sitemap is something that is visible on your page for your users, so they can go to the sitemap page, and it's going to be easier for them to see all your pages from there, to navigate in your site. Of course, if you have a really small, simple site, like is in my case here, you might not want to enable that. But it's always good, and it helps even Google to index your site. So it's a good feature here, especially if you have a large site. And it's unfortunate that RankMath doesn't have that option. I'm going to save my changes there. And there's a lot of other options. And I won't cover every option, of course, in this video, because that would be way too long. But just to see comparison between one and RankMath Pro and SEOPress Pro, to see whether you would need to buy that higher price tier. So notification center here, you have some notification that things that you should fix, that you should change in order for your site to rank better. So your SSS field shows in full text. So I can fix that by clicking that little button and change that to summary, for example, here. Go back to my dashboard. You like SEOPress, please rate us. So I'm going to simply deactivate that one. Display more posts on page and archive. So again, you can fix this and so on and so forth. Google My Business page. So I won't go through all of that, but these are some additional things that you can do to rank higher that will help you. And below you have the tools. So there's two ways to access the tools. You can access them through this menu here, or you have, of course, all the menus here for SEOPress that you can also use. You go with your preferred way. Okay, same thing here, of course. You have the settings that you can go directly to something that is activated. But let's go with, I'm going to go with RankMath settings and try to find the equivalent in SEOPress Pro, because the goal is to know whether we should upgrade. In other words, what do we have in RankMath Pro that we don't have in SEOPress Pro? So I already skipped the analytics, so I'm gonna skip that, but just to tell you that we do have analytics also in SEOPress Pro. So if I enable that and enter my tracking ID, and we have other options here with e-commerce and so on, what we track. So we can add the same thing if you want to add that in the dashboard as well with the client ID. So I don't think it's as advanced as RankMath, to be quite honest, from what I've seen, but still it is available in your dashboard as well. General settings, we did it, most of it through the wizard with SEOPress Pro, a little bit different in RankMath. So for the links, of course, you have all the options for the different links. You have the options for breadcrumbs, whether you want to turn that on or off, and so on. So of course, these are all basic things, and you have all of that in your SEOPress as well, of course. I don't remember exactly for the breadcrumbs, for example, where it is. Don't know if it's in advanced or you have so many settings that it's sometimes easier to simply go with the options on the dashboard instead. Here we go. We have the breadcrumbs, which seems to be a pro feature. So we can enable the breadcrumbs here. You have shortcuts, you have the PHP code, and it also adds an element in Elementor if you are using Elementor. So it's using a block for breadcrumbs SEO, which is not the case, by the way, for RankMath. In RankMath, you will have to insert, if you are using Elementor, you will have to insert a shortcode and use that shortcode instead. So Yoast and SEOPress do add an element, and I think that Yoast is only with Elementor Pro, but I'm not sure. But anyway, but it does have one for SEOPress, and it doesn't for RankMath. Images. So I think this is where RankMath might be a little bit more powerful. You can have alternate text title in the free version, and the pro version allows you to add even missing caption, description, change the capitalization, whether you want to have uppercase and so on for each of those elements, and you even have a find and replace. So this is really more powerful than what you have, honestly, with SEOPress. But do we still, if it's not as powerful, do we have something for images in SEOPress Pro? And I may be wrong. I haven't checked that for a long time, but from memory, I think the answer is no. Of course, if you do know something, just put in the comment. No problem with that. Put in the comment whether you know where the setting is in SEOPress Pro or SEOPress Free even. But from memory, we don't have those images option in SEOPress. Of course, there are possibilities to have other plugins to do so, but not directly in SEOPress. Let's go with Webmaster Tools. So we have the Google Search Control, Bing Webmaster, and so on. All of those options are also, of course, available in SEOPress. Of course, just with the different places. So don't remember exactly if it's an advanced or SEO bar, hide SEO tool, let's say. So again, this is never in the same place from one tool to the other, so I cannot really tell you where it is exactly. But I know that these options are available also in SEOPress. The robot.txt that you can edit there, and maybe that is something that I would like, especially in occasion like that, is to have a little search tool that would allow me to go through all of those and search through it. But anyway, you have the categories here that are easy to toggle on and off, by the way, if you add something later on. But let's try to find those elements from there. Of course, we have tools here, but I don't think we don't have the options that we mentioned previously. Robot.txt. I know that we have it. There it is. We can view it and you can manage it from here. So again, you can view, you can flush, you can enable the robot.txt virtual file. So it's a virtual file. So if you do have a physical robot.txt file, it should take precedence over that. And you have a bunch of elements here that you can add to it. So that's pretty cool that you don't seem to have here. So you do have some elements here predefined in RankMath. But here you do have kind of a wizard that will help you to add the things that you want. So for the default WordPress rule, you have the allow Google image and so on. So there's a bunch of things here that you can enable yourself. So that's pretty good. Others, so SEO score and so on. Remove metadata. This is unique to Pro version, by the way. So it goes with the RSS. So we do have RSS options here as well. So if you go that way, you can disable those there as well. I don't know if there's an option for media like there's here. Let's play content before and after, just like we have here. Disable comments. You don't have that there. Post RSS field, extra RSS feed, and R RSS field. So you don't seem to have those options here. You can use variables though. WooCommerce. We have options here. So whether we want to index things, we don't index the cart page, the checkout page, and so on. So it's already pre-configured without you having to do anything by default. So remove base in this particular case. So you do have, and again, like I said, I won't go through all of the particular settings. Some might be better in one and better or better on the others. They might be exactly the same. But it's just that I want to show you that you can do mostly the same things with SEOPress Pro. Edit HD access, you have access to that here as well. The 404 monitor, so you have it, the 404 monitoring and redirection, and that you have a section just for that, redirection and broken links, that we're going to come back to later on. So that's pretty cool here. You have that here as well for monitor and redirection. So both of them allows you to use that. The difference from what I know, and again, if I'm wrong, just tell me in the comments, but the difference is that this one will monitor. So if somebody comes to error page or non-existing page, it will add it to the 404 list, and then you can decide whether you want to add a redirection to it or not, and so on. In the case of SEOPress, of course, you add that as well. You can enable that if you want to. You can clean it after 30 days if you want to. You can redirect to a specific page and so on. So you have a little bit more options, I think, than what you have here in RankMath. But what you have that you don't seem to have in RankMath is the, I think it's in the but category. Just let me check. Yeah, okay. So these will be populated, of course, by people that go to a page that doesn't exist, just like in RankMath. But you also have a bot that you can launch that will scan your site, a little bit like the plugin Broken Link Checker. It will go through your site and check if there is any broken link, and you will be able then, after that, to see the result in your 404 or broken link section, which, from what I can see, RankMath doesn't have. So it will simply monitor when somebody arrives to a page that doesn't exist. So it's not proactive in that regard, like SEOPress can be. Of course, the analytics section, I didn't configure it like I said. Then we come to the more general settings, titles and meta. So hopefully here we'll be able to compare them a little bit better. So the separator, the site title, the description. So whether we index or don't index, we have those options here for RankMath. The difference is they have separated everything into sections here, which is not necessarily the case in SEOPress Pro. We have the single post type, which include pages, products, and so on. So not just post. So I want to disable Elementor and steps, for example. And there you have the the no index option and so on for each of those single post type. Same thing for archive, taxonomies, and the advanced option is similar to what we have here in the global meta for the site in general. Okay, so you have basically, again, the same options. It's just in different place. Local SEO is not here, but you do have that in other sections. So let me go back, for example, local SEO, local business, I think is the same thing here. So whether you're a person or organization, if you remember, we already seen that. This is the schema, local business as well, and all the information, address, latitude, longitude, the opening hours, and so on. So this is the schema, but you have all the other elements as well, Dublin Core and so on. So everything is there as well. What we have here, same thing. So the thing that the RankMath Pro, not the free version, but the Pro version has, is the enable multiple locations, and we don't have that in SEOPress. So if it is something really important for you, then you might consider going with RankMath instead. Of course, talking about the Pro version. Social media, we have the Facebook URL and so on. We've seen that in the wizard of SEOPress, so we do have those options as well. So social networks here. So we do have the knowledge graph with the image and so on, the organization. We do have the social media accounts here that are listed, the Facebook open graph, and Twitter, and something that you don't have, by the way, in RankMath, and this is really sad for me. I think it's more used by government agencies, but still probably good for everybody, is the Dublin Core here. So if you've ever seen that, it will add things like DC description, DC title, DC description, DC source, and so on. And like it says here, it is recognized by state and governments agencies. They do use that. And I've worked with, I'm in Canada, so I've worked with the Canadian government, and they do use that in all their sites. So this is a good option for me. If you don't want, of course, you can disable that if you don't want to use it. But you don't have this option in RankMath SEO. So this is something that is pretty good for me. Then each of the elements here, so you have a lot of things here, but this is the same thing that you have in SEOPress. It's just that they are all on the same place in the case of SEOPress. So everything here is mostly the same. This is just by type simply. So let's move on to the next section. Sitemap, we've already took a look at that in the in SEOPress. So we do have that here as well, of course. Do we include images or not? The featured image, and if you want to exclude some posts and so on. So we have similar options. Whether we want to include each different type in sitemap. So it looks like we have way more options, but it's not the case. It's just that we have one section for each of those options, while with SEOPress, of course, we have put everything into one place. Simply, so the post types here, and taxonomies, and so on. A little bit similar to what we have with Yoast, by the way. The schema templates. So we can add schemas here as well. do we have schema with SEOPress? Yes, we do. So we do have schemas here, so we can create our own schema as well. And again, you have something similar. Honestly, you have more options in SEOPress, which is simply pre-made elements. So the most popular one are available in SEOPress as well. You don't have, for example, book and carousel and things like that, but these are pretty rare things that you're going to use. And of course, you can create a custom one as well. So similar to this custom schema here. So for those that are not available in SEOPress, you can still create them manually. So again, better option in RankMath, but not necessarily a deal breaker to go with SEOPress if you don't need those, of course. But even if you do need them, you can still do them manually with custom. But like I said, most of the most popular ones are already done as well. Okay. So you do have schema in SEOPress. 4 pages, 4 minuters. So we already talked about that. So broken links in this case here. Difference, like I said, is that we do have the option, and we export, by the way, is a feature only in RankMath SEO Pro. You do have that as well here in SEOPress. So you will have everything you see here, the count, the status type, and so on. You have more information than what you have here in RankMath. The redirections, same thing. So you can create redirection from one page to the other. So you specify the URL here. You specify whether it's moved permanently or temporarily and so on. And of course, you have the redirection there. So same thing here. You have the source. You have kind of filter here, if I can say it like that. And then you have the different types. Okay, there are by categories here, maintenance and redirection and maintenance. And you can add your own category. Here it's divided like that, all in the same drop down. So pretty similar options here. SEO Analysis, so that goes with the analytics. So I haven't configured it, but as we saw, we do have that in SEOPress as well. Status and tools. So this is more for RankMath itself. So whether we auto update with database tools and so on. So we don't necessarily have that in SEOPress, but we do have other options like I mentioned. So what you do have in RankMath SEO that you don't in SEOPress. So let me check at the feature, check back the features list. So one thing that we do not have in SEOPress, but honestly that you don't even have in RankMath Pro so far, is the link builder. And that can be game-changing for certain people and useless for others. But that will simply scan your pages, and if you have a word, a specific word, I think you need to manually configure it, but it will automatically scan the pages. And if you have, for example, the name product in the page, it will automatically create a link to your products page, and so on. So this is good for SEO purpose, and it's only available in RankMath Pro. Well, coming soon. So when is soon, I don't know, but should be coming soon. Other thing that RankMath does have, at least the Pro version, that SEOPress don't think has, is the watermark here. So you can add a watermark to your images that you put on social media. So if somebody shares your image, then it will have that watermark. So it will show in a certain way that the image is from you and not from them. So that could be interesting again for some people. Do know that there are a lot of things for social media and SEOPress, but I don't think that this feature is included. You do have options here for digital download, easy digital download, and WooCommerce. We do have them in SEOPress as well. I didn't take the time to mention it, but we do have them. So for example, if we go into the Pro section here, I've already shown that we have the WooCommerce here, but as you can see, we have easy digital download as well. What else? Here, something that is cool, that is not necessary, but that's a cool option, is you can create your own shortcode for contact information. In other words, you specify it in one place, and then you can just use those shortcode everywhere in the site. So if you ever change the contact information, for example, the address or the hours are changing, then you can simply change it in one place and it's going to change it everywhere. So of course, some information like that is also available in SEOPress, but not necessarily if you want to add in a specific place through widgets, for example. Multiple location business, like I said, this is something that you don't have in SEOPress, so that could be interesting for some of you. The image features, to be able to add title and alt text and modify advanced features like I showed you for images. So this is something that is unique to RankMath. That could be interesting for some of you. For the rest, they're basically pretty similar. So again, like I said, really up to you to know whether it's worth to pay that different amount of money, let's say it like that. What you do have in SEOPress that you don't have in RankMath, I've already shown the sitemap, which you don't have the HTML sitemap that you don't have in RankMath. And I didn't go through all the options, of course, of SES Pro, but SEOPress Pro, sorry. But you do have options in SEOPress that you don't have in RankMath as well, of course. So as you can see, there are so many options. So it's sure that you do have some things that you don't have in RankMath as well. So it's always like that. Some better features, some not. One of them, as I mentioned, is the possibility to go through all the site and scan for broken links instead of just waiting for people to find it for you. And that's basically what is the 404 is, waiting for people to find it. So the bot that scans it will find it before that. Again, you have tools like Broken Link Checker that does the exact same thing, but allows you to not install an additional plugin to do that. So anyway, there's always people that are going to prefer one tool over the other, of course. The goal of this particular video was to compare whether you have something similar or not in SEOPress versus RankMath, and if the differences are enough for you to say that we're going to pay $200 or even $400 more once the launch date is done for the tools in SEO RankMath Pro, sorry, versus $39 for SEOPress Pro. So really up to you, depending on your needs. I guess that most people will say, well, RankMath SEO is way SEOPress, sorry, mixing the two, trying to go fast. SEOPress Pro will be way enough for most people. In fact, often the free version, even in RankMath, will be enough for most people. But the difference is paying $39 for few sites up to unlimited sites. In the case of SEOPress Pro, many people will say, okay, I jump on it, it's only $39. When you come to $200 to $400 per year for RankMath Pro, then people might be a little bit more shy to put that money into it. So it's people that really need advanced feature. People that don't need those advanced features will go with the free version of RankMath or even free version of Yoast or SEOPress. But they, like I said, might say, well, $39 is not that much, so I'm going to go with the pro version of SEOPress. And of course, Yoast has its own advantages and disadvantages as well. The price is way much higher. So RankMath situates itself between the two, between SEOPress, which is really cheap, and Yoast, which is really expensive. So it's somewhere in the middle between the two. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. So if you do, of course, put any comments down below. That will be helpful for everybody. You can always, of course, click the thumbs up, like I said, and subscribe and the bell icon to be notified when there's new video like that. Thank you and have a good day.